Hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Sunday, and I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana flavored malt beverage reviews. Good morning, Herbie in India. That's a big difference. Okay, I have Captain Morgan sliced pineapple daiquiri style drink. Not a pineapple daiquiri, but a pineapple daiquiri style drink. They're being careful that somebody doesn't try to claim that they're tricking them. Because you know how they got some people who'll try to go to court and say, I thought I was buying a daiquiri and it was just a flavored malt beverage. I got tricked. So they're covering themselves from a nagging, and not to mention ridiculous accusation, because no reasonable person would ever think that this was a real daiquiri in a can. They're finally focused. And I bought this at I'm saying Rouse's, but I think it was Winn-Dixie, and it was like $16.49 for the 12 pack, 4 different flavors. So I'll put it in the banner. Hold on, let me just pour it. It's going to come out yellowish because of the food coloring. There you go. That's what happens when you take a beer and make it like process it to where it's like vodka, and then you add flavoring and coloring to it. That's what it looks like. Okay, no head of foam, no lacing. A lot of aroma and flavor. All right, so go to the banners here. Captain Morgan sliced pineapple daiquiri style drink. 5.8%. It's a long title, but that's what the name of it is. Got a piece of turnip caught in my 2 turnip greens. I found turnips growing wild, 2 turnips growing wild, and I picked them and cleaned them, and I've been eating them raw for a salad, like the stalk and the leaves, and then I cut a little piece of the bulb off. It's not the leaves are a little bit bitter, but the bulb is crunchy and juicy. I was surprised that the rabbits did not strip it down to the roots. So rabbits must not like mustard greens, because if you grow other stuff around here, they'll chew it, they'll eat it all up. I had some ornamental cabbage growing real healthy, and they stripped it. I see rabbits every morning when I'm walking, so they're if you come in the evening, they're around. They're always around. All right, called swamp rabbits. Swamp rabbits. Okay, here's the screen share. There's the variety pack. The photo is so tiny. I don't know who did this website, but somebody made a mistake. Try Captain Morgan Sliced Variety Pack featuring 4 cocktail style favorites. Pineapple daiquiri style beverage, a zesty malt-based take on an island classic that combines the flavors of zesty lime and ripe, juicy pineapple. There's also strawberry margarita, passion fruit hurricane, and mango mai tai, all style drinks. This is perfect for Captain and pineapple, perfect for Captain and cola, if you want to make cocktails with this beer. Oh boy. All right. That's all there is to show. Now with the aroma. But yeah, I got a little bit of that turnip green stuck in my tooth, but it's real crunchy. Like the stalks are real crunchy, and they're really resilient because I've had them in the fridge for almost a month, and it took me a long time to eat all that. It was like this much from each plant, and the bulb is like, that's probably really healthy to eat. Okay, the aroma. Not too much happening on aroma, maybe a little faint fruit flavor. Look what it says. Does not contain rum. Premium malt beverage with natural flavors and certified color. Natural flavors. Not there's so many beer reviewers. Oh, contains F, D, and C yellow number 5. They got to put that because some people are allergic to that type of food coloring, so they can't just say food coloring. They'll say yellow number 5. There's certain ones they have to list them. Others doesn't matter. 12-ounce can, 5.8% alcohol, 185 calories. Well, not a diet drink. So flavor. But I see so many beer reviews. They'll say natural flavors. Oh, it's got natural flavors. That's fake. It's artificial. I say no. That's called artificial flavors. They're confused about it. That doesn't mean they took real pineapple and they cut it up, and diced it and let the beer soak in it, and they took real whatever else they said was in it. It just means they probably got something called natural pineapple extract that they buy from these huge production companies that sell commodities. And it's not like you and I can buy it. I mean, you might be able to go to the grocery store and buy a little glass vial of pineapple extract. I'm not saying you can't. But they buy a train tank car full of it. I mean, these big companies not going to bother selling it to me or you. They sell it at big wholesale prices and amounts. Really? I saw Corona Extra fresh bottles right there at Mathern's Friday. And I see it at Walmart. But I don't know. I don't know what state you live in. I don't remember. And I'm in Louisiana. I'm one state away from Mexico, Texas and then Louisiana. So we get a lot of Mexican beers. Texas gets a whole lot more Mexican beer varieties because they're right on the border. So that would make sense. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California probably get the best Mexican beer variety. We get a lot of Caribbean and Central American beers in New Orleans because it's a big port. So we get like Costa Rican beers, Nicaraguan, Honduran, Belize. And I don't know about Belize. Guatemalan, Mexican, of course, Jamaica, naturally. That kind of, and Banks from the Caribbean. So, and a bunch of others that I'm not thinking of at the moment. And some South American ones. So New Orleans, big port city. That's why we get a lot of variety. Now, a lot of the craft beers that I see people drinking up in Michigan or New Hampshire or Massachusetts or New Jersey or Oregon, we don't see them. They be drinking, this and that, and I say, I never heard of those. But then we get a lot of local stuff that they'll never see, so it's kind of a trade-off. I have a feeling they're getting a better end of the deal. Louisiana brewing is okay, craft beer brewing, but I've gotten stuff from Indiana, like Hoosier Brewing Company, that blows it up. Louisiana beers usually cannot compete with that kind of stuff. They'll be expensive. All right, so back to this. It does have a succulent, almost like savory pineapple flavor. So if you like pineapples, and I guess I do, I don't really like fruit. I used to like it when I was a kid. And then when I got to be a young adult, I sort of liked it. And now I'm at the point I never eat fruit ever. I mean, somebody gives me some, I'll eat it. But I eat vegetables every day. I'll eat vegetables, never get tired of vegetables, but fruit I don't like. So the body's medium. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. Has a semi-sweet finish. It's pretty good. Nothing great. I'll give it a good score when I get back to it. Now the 12th night coming up next Monday. All right. Hello.
What's happening? Good morning, all. Today we're examining Abita's Mardi Gras Bock. This can says 6.5% alcohol.
I saw it last year.
The package said 6.0. Hold on, maybe I mislooked on it. Let me see.
I saw that last week, already arriving in the stores.
Well, okay.
Well, you know they always introduce stuff really early.
Now 6.5.
Yeah. Okay.
I must have overlooked it. Yeah, I found it at a very favorable price, and this is one of Abita's older brewed beers, so I expect really good things from this one this morning. So this is a Bock. I would assume it's related to a German Bock. More famous Bocks out there that everyone likes to consume are Shiner Bock and Wiesenbach, Baweiser, Hixenbach, Bach.
Ziegenbach, yeah.
That's the only two I've seen around. So this is a limited series. It comes out during Mardi Gras, just prior to Mardi Gras. 12th day or 12th night will be the start of Mardi Gras season.
Yeah, Carnival.
Did you going to correct everything I said this morning?
No, just saying Carnival.
Okay. Carnival, tomato, kids, here we go again. All right. So the pour. Hey, you having a good morning there, huh?
Yeah, I went to Mass.
So you seem a little irritable for some reason.
Oh, I'm not irritable.
You just like ultra corrective for some reason.
No.
Yeah. All right,
It's just,
so the appearance is coming through. It's kind of like honey. Whoop. 1 second. My PC is telling me plug it in.
hello. Good morning. Join us. I'm chilling. I'm chilling out. He's saying I'm in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. All right.
You talking to yourself?
No. It's talking to the
Yes,
viewers.
you are, because there's only two of us here. You weren't talking to me. All right, so the appearance coming through is honey. Look at that. That's a beautiful honey color. It's got about two fingers. I gave it a hard pour, and I stuck it in our beautiful little tulip glass from the NOLA Brewing Company, which is New Orleans Lager and Ale Company.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Let me finish, are you?
Yeah.
Take a chill pill. Maybe you had a little bit too much caffeine this morning, and calm down. I will get there. Sorry, I'm not getting there quick enough.
Now I was going to say it looked like clover honey to me.
Now we're going to specify what honey it is?
Well, I'm just saying that's what it looks like to me, clover honey.
Okay. All right. You want to do the review? Go ahead. Do the review. I'll just listen, watch you.
Okay, here's the website.
No, go ahead. This is your review. That way I don't get corrected every time I say something.
Go ahead, read it.
No, I'm not reading it. You read it. You're reviewing the Mardi Gras box, not me. Go ahead. Review it.
Okay, there's the website, folks. It looks a lot lighter on their website than it does in person, at least in this case. But I don't know how those photos get taken, you know.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what it tastes like. All right. Y'all have a good day.
Hello, John and Neely. I had a really good Christmas. Sky Screamer Bock by Eureka Heights Brewing last night. They are out of Houston. It was a good beer. I've never had that, and I've never heard of Eureka Heights Brewing, but I would like to try it. Okay, so, well, Mardi Gras Bock, like I was going to let him talk on. He's a little angry today or something. But it's a nice beer. It's mild. It's malty and it's not hoppy, so it has a little hop, like they say, 25 IBUs. It has a little hop action, but you wouldn't call it a hoppy beer. It's malty, it's bready. It has a medium body and a mostly dry finish. I don't know if Mardi Gras Bock is distributed outside of Louisiana. It might be, but I don't think I ever saw any outside of Louisiana beer reviewers doing it. There may have been. I have to think about it, but I'd have to do a search on YouTube about the Mardi Gras Bock and see who's reviewed it, but I don't recall seeing too many. They've changed the label. I used to like when they showed the parade, the float looked like one of the New Orleans parades. Now it just shows a can with the beads hanging off of it, like if they're stuck in the trees. It looks all right, but I would recommend it. And like David was saying, the box we get around here, Ziegenbach we used to get, but it kind of faded away. Although you might be able to track it down one or two stores around New Orleans. The Shiner Bock is everywhere. It's not really very Bockish though. Honestly, there used to be Michelob Amber Bock, which we could barely find. Oh, you did see it in Georgia once? I figured it probably would make its way out to Texas. But Arkansas, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Abita's distribution. I just can go by what I see people talking about. And it seems kind of limited, unless you're talking about their flagships, Turbo Dog, Abita Amber, Lager, Purple Haze, and Indicator. But besides those, it's maybe hit or miss. Like you might get a Christmas ale from Abita in Connecticut one year, and then you may not see it for 5 years. That's the impression I get. All right, so anybody can join it, but some people think you have to join with alcohol. You don't. You could join with tea. Sometimes Claude will join with a coffee brand, and that's always interesting. I drink my coffee so early that it's all gone by now. Dogfish Head. You know what, Wesley? I'm going to show you something in a minute. I agree with that. So this product here is not really something I would buy. You say, well, you bought it. You bought it. I bought it for to do a review of, and they had a 12-pack, and they had 4 flavors. But I could tolerate drinking this about once a week. So I have about 5 cans left still. And it'll take me about 5 weeks to finish it. Still tastes well. It's still fresh, sort of freshish, but it's not old. Not my type of thing, but I don't grade things according to my type of thing. I grade things according to, does it fit the style, and is it good in the style? It's a flavor malt beverage. It fits the style. Is it good in the style? It is. I don't know how long it's now. There's a stronger version, the 8%. It's called Sliced Up. See, I was confused at first. They had sliced and sliced up. I thought it was the same thing, and then I realized, wait, sliced is the 5.8, competing against Cayman Jack. Sliced up is the higher alcohol, competing with like, Smirnoff Ice Smash or Mike's Harder. That's a good example. Or Seagram's Escape Spikes. That's what they're going after. Now, whether it succeeds, I don't know, but it looked like I see it everywhere. Now, I don't know how much Diageo is going to put into that, see if it catches on, but we'll see. It doesn't matter. Nice tartness, acidity like you get with pineapples, sweetness, not overly sweet, medium body, semi-sweet finish. The Mardi Gras Bock, I'm not going to give that a score because we're actually reviewing it, but I'm going to buy some. Most probably I'm going to buy some, unless I find another Bock that I could bring, because I'll show you all the schedule. But let me give the score right now for this. Jean-Pierre said he might join this hangout, but he's been kind of preoccupied with stuff, so he didn't think he could. So the beta Mardi Gras Bock will be non-applicable for the score, unless David comes back and wants to resume the review. Okay, so I give it an 8.8 out of 10, a B plus. It's very good for what it is. But like I said, I don't really like what it is, but I don't hate it. But it's not something I would make a habit of buying. But I know other people like these sugary things, but for me, it's kind of like a saison. I'll drink them and I'll review them, and some of them are great, but like triple Carmelite, whatever. But I wouldn't really buy it. It's not. I don't mind that horse blanket, that Brettanomyces, and that kind of funky farmhouse ale type of thing. And like I said, they got some great ones, but to say I ever want to drink it, like I would want to go buy one and drink it, I really would not. Okay, so I'm gonna do the show and tell in a minute. I don't have too much interesting to show. I have a little bit interesting to show. So New Year's Day, January 1st. I don't know how many people are going to feel like they might be feeling bad New Year's. I'm not going to, because unless I get sick or something. But I'm not a big New Year's Eve drinker or anything. No, I'm just not. I never was. I never cared about that. But other people are really into it, and that's fine. Joker's Wild Wednesday, New Year's Day, January 1st. Anything you want to bring? I think I'm not sure what I'm going to bring. I might bring another one of these Captain Morgans. That'd be 2 in 1 week. I don't want to drink 2 in 1 week. Okay, I'll bring something else. Maybe I'll bring natural ice. That's always a popular one, and that's sort of one of my mainframe beers that I use for a reference point. You could laugh at that, but I don't think that's laughable. I think it's a good idea. That's a good standby benchmark prototype standard American lager. Next Sunday, January 5th, is going to be, I don't know why I didn't write it down, Super Stout Sunday. Any porter or stout porter. So stout and porter, porter and stout porter Sunday. Porter and stout, because a stout is a type of porter. And that'll be at the same time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I should have wrote 9:30 for me. It's 9:30 for me, but I wrote 10:30. I had to qualify that EST. Okay. And then January 8th is winter beers. Any beer for winter. You know what I mean? Made for wintertime, like that new Founders Winter Bock. Then we got to skip the 15th. Got something to do. So let me think about it for the rest of that month, which is next month. I got some good ideas, but I can always rearrange them. So let me think about that. So winter beers on the second Wednesday of January. We'll look at that. Okay, now y'all want to see what? Yeah, Pacifico Clara is a regular beer. Oh, regular Mexican beer. Oh, sure. Yeah, it's pretty regular. Yeah, it's regular main, like I was talking about, natural ice, mainline, regular type of thing. Okay. I'm going to show y'all something, but it's not going to be too impressive. Well, the second thing might be sort of impressive. And okay, so we have, this is it. I mean, I promise y'all, this is the last of the Winn-Dixie brands. This is Winn-Dixie Premium, imported premium tequila silver. Product of Mexico, obviously. It's tequila. It has to be from Mexico. It's from 1143, which is Gonzalez and Gonzalez Distillery, family-owned distillery. They, tell you how great they are if you look at their website. But anyway, imported and bottled by Wide World Importers, Frankfort, Kentucky. Tequila. Well, it's actually Buffalo Trace. They're using one of their alias names. I don't know how long this is going to stay on the market since Aldi bought Winn-Dixie. I don't know if they're going to phase everything out. I don't know what Aldi's doing. I can't control it. I can't worry about it. That's going to be this week in Taste Challenges. It didn't do too well in the first challenge, which was another Sazerac brand called, not a store brand, not a private label. It was called El Toro imported tequila silver. Nothing too great. I'm gonna be honest, El Toro is nothing too great. Certainly not bad, but not too great. But it did win. You could tell the difference. It was like El Toro had a little bit more flavor. I know. I don't think there's any Winn-Dixies in anywhere north of South Georgia. I think there's a couple in the southern part of Georgia, but that's about it. They used to be in the Carolinas, but they faded out. Now, El Toro is all across the United States. That's an international brand. Actually, you might go to Spain and see El Toro, or Taiwan Island, and see it there. I didn't say it was a well-regarded brand. I just say it's national, worldwide. And then I'm gonna bring in some of these other Sazerac oddball brands like Tijuana, which they've always made. It's one of the few brands that they didn't buy out, because Sazerac usually goes around buying everybody out. But this one that they created, like Takavaca, Tijuana. And I've got Montezuma, which is our acquisition when they bought Barton Imports in 2009. Montezuma was started by Barton, a little higher priced, not much better. And then I got the Jose Cuervo, regular Jose Cuervo silver. Nothing too great, but it's going to whip. The Winn-Dixie can never compete against. And then I got the Jose Cuervo, the Tradicional, the 100% agave. Well, of course, Winn-Dixie will have no chance against that. That'll be a laughable challenge and almost a challenge that I shouldn't even stage, but I'm going to do it. Okay, Kroger or Publix, but we do not have, wait a minute. Y'all don't have Kroger. Yeah, see, Kroger. Well, I think Kroger's in some northern states, right? It's like this. Aren't they trying to merge with Albertsons? And they're kind of nationwide too, in a limited sense. Albertsons and Kroger are not everywhere, but they're in a lot of places. And the U.S. government was blocking their merger. Now, Albertsons has filed a lawsuit against Kroger, saying that they weren't doing their merger correctly and all. I don't know. But we do have Hannaford and Market Basket. I've heard of Market Basket, never heard of Hannaford. Do they have private label liquor? I doubt they even sell liquor in those stores because, you know, in New England, they have strict laws. Oh, they have their own liquor brands. He answered my question. They have Aldi. Craig, does Aldi sell liquor in Maine? Shaw's. I've heard of Shaw's. I think Shaw's is owned by Albertsons. Pretty sure. So is Safeway. Whole Foods. Yeah, we have that. Trader Joe's. We have that in New Orleans. Well, Metairie, but New Orleans Trader Joe's opening this year. Stop and Shop. No, that's a convenience store. Oh, I'm not sure about. I've never heard of it. Yeah, oh, that's right. New Hampshire. Oh, you're in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, that's right. I don't know why I was saying Maine. New Hampshire, you have to buy liquor from a state-owned liquor store, correct? John says the only store I really miss from the South is Publix. I've been to some Publix in Florida. I don't have a lot of experience with those, but they seem nice when I went in. It seemed like a nice store, you know. No, on mine. I've seen those state liquor stores. Yeah, on the highway, you know, don't drink and drive, but. Excellent craft beer and wine selection. Well, we don't have Publix here. We have Rouse's, kind of like the Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama version of Publix, I guess you'd say. Kroger has crept into Western Louisiana, Shreveport, Lake Charles, not any further. Brookshire's has crept all the way into Central Louisiana. That's from Texas, with Super One Foods, one of their subsidiaries. Albertsons has crept into Louisiana, but they're not in New Orleans, but they're in Baton Rouge and north of New Orleans, north of the lake. Albertsons. They tried to open a store in New Orleans back over 20 years ago. It didn't make it. I don't know what happened, but I don't think the thing lasted a year. But of course, Walmart's the biggest grocery chain in the United States. And like I said, Winn-Dixie's regional, Publix regional, Jewel Osco's Chicago area, Publix Florida area. Vons, I think, is like a California thing, but it's owned by Albertsons now. Shaw, owned by Albertsons. Jewel Osco's owned by Albertsons. If you go to Houston, they got Fiesta. Only around Houston, I think, Fiesta. Kind of a Latino-oriented store, but they have everything, you know, just like any. It's probably a subsidiary of a big company. But Fiesta, it's a pretty good store. I like Fiesta. And they have a liquor store next to it. You know, in Texas, you can't sell liquor in a grocery store, but you can sell it in this thing next to it or across the parking lot. Jean-Pierre says, good morning, Jay. Sorry things came up this morning. Well, that's all right. Yeah, A&P was definitely popular here in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I think the last A&P store to close down south was in the French Quarter in New Orleans, and it closed about 10 years ago. Rouse's bought it. Didn't close. It was one day it was A&P, and the next day it was Rouse's, and they kept it open. It just kept changing everything around, you know what I mean, as it continued to operate. And that was the oldest existing A&P in the United States. It was open, I think, in 1925, and it stayed in business until, like I say, about 10 years ago. Too bad it didn't make it 100 years. But yeah, A&P used to be huge. We had one in Ponchatoula, one in Hammond, all across New Orleans. Many in Baton Rouge. They even had their future stores. They call it future store. It's like a concept store, like stores of the future. It wasn't really that futuristic from the mid 80s, but they were trying, you know, to project what it would be like. I hope so, Jean. We missed you, Jean. Yes, in the Northeast. That's it. That's a good thing to have on deck. RKM. We used to get 30 packs here, but they kept going out of date. And when I went to the store, it was years ago, local store, I was going to get a 30 pack of Milwaukee's Best. But I looked at the date. It was out of date. I told the lady, I said, look, it's out of date. She said, what? We're not selling it. I said, oh, I'll buy it. It's only a couple of days. No, we're not selling it. She went, got all the 30 packs. There's like 4 of them. She said, I'm telling Danny when he comes back, he was from the distributor, to get them all out the store. I never saw it again. She wouldn't sell it. We still get the pint cans, quart cans. We get the quart cans of Milwaukee's Best here. That's it, singles. Not a bad price. I know you really could do a whole video on old stores, right? Beast Ice is good. I love it too, Commerce Ozzy, and it's an ale. It says on the can it's an ale. It doesn't say it's a lager. But anyway, here's another show and tell. Check this out. $7.49 a 12-pack. I'm sorry, $7.49 for a 6-pack. Is that a good deal? I don't know. It's made with pure cane sugar and real vanilla. No, it's not like some of these cream sodas you'll get that'll be like high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavoring, and all that. No. Abita vanilla cream soda. Yes, made by the same people. And it says caffeine free, all natural, and the ingredients are carbonated water. Makes sense. Cane sugar, vanilla extract, and natural flavors. 4 ingredients. No preservatives even. 180 calories. Makes sense. These would be kind of fattening. But and gluten-free. No grain. Made with Louisiana cane sugar, of course. You ever seen this? I'm going to use that in my mix-up videos with the vodkas and everything. Okay, last comments. It is. And I don't know if y'all get these Abita. Somebody in California was saying they get Abita soft drinks. Oh, really? Well, the main ice beer we get here in the 30 packs is the natural ice 30 packs. All right, so before we go, if David wants to join back, everything cool down, little misunderstanding, obviously. Then I'll, of course, come back and give your final assessment of the Bach beer, Mardi Gras Bach, which you ought to save that can or bottle. Can't remember what it was, a can or bottle, for 2 weeks, because then you could bring it for Bach beers and you don't have to go buy another one. And then you could do any show and tell. He has some interesting show and tell. We tried a very interesting whiskey at his house yesterday. Strange product. Corn whiskey, aged for 6 years, but finished in peach brandy barrels. I never heard of something like that, but it was so great. I was like, man, this stuff's good. And he was saying, yeah, when I first tried it, I didn't like it too much. It was kind of, But then he said, now that I reevaluated it, I'm thinking it really is good. And sometimes that happens, like you'll try a beer or a whiskey or a liquor, and you'd be like, I don't know about this stuff. Then you keep drinking it, and you're like, it wasn't the product, it was me. It was like I wasn't used to it or something. I had to get warmed up to it. And then sometimes it works in reverse. You think you like it, and then every time you try it, it's worse than the previous time. And then it's just bad. Okay. Hello, Sammy Russell. Well, that happens, Herbie. Let me tell you. Okay. So get ready for next Sunday for Porter and Stout Sunday, the first Sunday of January 2025. Porter and Stout Sunday. That'll be an exciting live hangout with any porter or stout. Porter. And if y'all see Abita Mardi Gras back where you live. Let me know. I'd be curious to see if y'all can get it in your area. All right. Bye bye, everybody. Take care now.